quick look at the players I think were ranked either too high or too low by ESPN's staff this week. While rankings are typically a good baseline for deciding who to start, I'll look at a few that seem questionable. Philip Rivers' rank is too low this week. He is ranked by ESPN as the 12th best QB for Week 2. After eclipsing 20 last week against the Broncos' stout defense, he should be primed for good things versus an iffy Miami defense. The Chargers have upgraded their receiving core from last year and it makes Rivers a solid pickup. 63% own Rivers is a good start in any league this week. Dalvin Cook is ranked too high this week at 13. Playing the Steelers is probably not a favorable matchup for RBS this season. The combo of a strong front seven and the Steelers' weapons on offense mean most teams won't stick with the run game for long. Most weeks Dalvin Cook will likely be a solid RB1 on volume alone, but this week HES a risky RB2, maybe even just a flex in smaller leagues. Terrence West 18, Jacquizz Rodgers 22 are ranked quite low in my opinion this week. I'm grouping them together because they're in similar situations this week. Both players are going to be the lead back on a team that figures to be ahead early and often this week. Bell versus CLETB versus Kai, lining them up for lots of carries. Start these backs if you own them this week. Both are at least worthy of flex, but likely finish with RB2 numbers. Michael Thomas 9 worries me this week. I'm not counting the Patriots' defense out this year because of one bad game versus the Chiefs. The Pats typically have a knack for shutting down the other team's main weapons, so playing Thomas is a risk this week. Thomas will get targets this week, but I don't see the Patriots giving up big plays, making Thomas less of a risk in PPR formats. I don't see Thomas as the low-end WR1 ESPN ranks him as, but more of a mid to low-end WR2 because of the matchup. Corey Coleman 47 is the favorite target of DeShone Kizer, making a 41st rank low for a former first-rounder. My bold prediction is that Corey Coleman ends up as a top 20 receiver in the league this year. His chemistry with Kizer, Hugh Jackson's creativity, and the reality that the Browns will likely trail in most games this year all point to Coleman breaking out this season. The matchup with the Ravens' tough defense isn't great this week, but I think if Kizer continues to favor Coleman, HES worthy of WR2 consideration every week. Jaguars DST6 had a record week in terms of pressuring the QB week 1, but 6 seems so high versus the Titans' strong O-line week 2. The Texans' O-line is possibly the worst in the league, so week 1 will not be the norm this season. Even if you think Calais Campbell will get a few sacks, I would start the Jags against a Titans team that should challenge for the playoffs this year behind Mariota and a strong run game.